warroomsports.com. Get that mobile app.
What's going on, good people out there? It's football season, so that can only mean one thing. Y'all are back with the boys of Field Vision. Field Vision, of course, is our National Football League show brought to you by War Room Sports in conjunction with the Sports Kings. I'm one of your hosts, Devin McMillan, and I'm here at the round table. I got Andy from Sports Kings. What's up, Andy?
Yeah, I just want to shout out Jimmy's boy, Wes Welker, for that all-gold everything. Trinidad James, baby, popping the molly.
I got B. Austin, War Room Sports.
Yo, my new name is Shmoney. Ladies, ask me why.
Got the homie Frank, Sports Kings.
Man, I just want to call out all you suckers. I see you people on the TV shows showing favoritism. I just want to know at Court Vision, we don't show no favoritism whatsoever. It's not bias.
But we don't film it.
Just objective, just analysis right here. That's all we do.
Let's go. And Miami Hurricanes insider for Sports Talk Florida. Even though this is an NFL show, we got the homie Fred Perdue. What's up?
Boo! What does that have to do with NFL?
Wait. What happened versus Louisville, though? What happened?
Al Golden.
All right, and we got the homie from War Room Sports. We got Jimmy the Blueprint. What up?
Yeah, I just want to ask everybody a question. You can answer this question in the comment section. In my fantasy league, I do have Ray Rice on my team, and my team name is Beats by Ray. Is that inappropriate or no?
Beats by Ray.
Perfect name.
All right, look, man. This is our inaugural, I can't even say that word, episode of this 2014 NFL season. So what we're going to do in this episode is basically give you guys our season predictions and our awards predictions. So we're going to jump right into it and start with the NFC. Fellas, NFC East, who's going to win this division? Andy.
For the NFC East, I have the Eagles.
You got the Eagles.
Do we want records? No.
Hey, if you got them, whatever you want to.
I got
do records because mine
if we don't need to do records, that's fine. I just had it written down.
Hey,
records
and
the
Eagles winning this division with how many wins?
11 wins.
11
I'm
wins.
cut your TV.
11.
B. Austin, who you got winning the NFC East?
Those of you fans that are familiar with my work know that I never, ever make homer picks. But the bottom line is the division didn't get any better, so I almost have to pick the Eagles. 10-6. 10-6.
Frank?
Like I said, we just do non-biased predictions here. And, I'm a Giants fan, but I got the Eagles, too. I don't think any of these teams are going to win more than 9 games. I see the winner being 9-7. It literally could be anybody from this division could win except for the Cowboys because I think their defense is just going to be the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. But, the reason I picked the Eagles is because if the referees really stick with this you can't touch people after 5-yard rule like they've been doing in the preseason, the Eagles might score 50 points a game. It's going to be crazy. If you can't touch them, if you can't stop their speed, it's just going to be crazy.
So Frank, you're saying we'll benefit from from gay football? Never mind. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
But yeah, that's what you're saying.
Who the hell is watching sports?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's good to note that Philly's strength of schedule isn't very high either. That kind of plays into it.
You think they have a
you got the first place schedule.
Because I actually think that, unless that was sarcasm, but I think their schedule is going to be...
No, they're ranked 20th or 21st or something in strength of schedule.
Okay, because, they got
they got 6 games against them their division. That's right.
A lot of the other teams I expected to talk about tonight have much harder schedules.
Well, I guess because they're playing, the NFC East is playing the AFC South. So I guess you're only counting the Colts in that division.
Right.
I happen to think the Texans are going to have a turnaround, not a playoff turnaround, but I don't think they're going to be as bad as they were last season. and they also play the NFC West. That's the hard part of the schedule.
Oh,
And they got the first place games against the Green Bay Packers and who else?
we play the
Seahawks.
NFC West.
Seahawks won
I
the
think it's the
division.
Saints. It seemed like I don't know.
Oh, the Saints. You got the Saints.
I'm gonna pick the Eagles in this division basically because of the same reasons a lot of you guys did. It's
Everybody else
not
stinks.
much to work with, but I've heard people picking the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl and stuff like that. I don't really see that happening.
Cut
So
your
I'm just gonna
TVs
keep
off,
it
though.
to them winning the NFC East.
Yo,
Us
who
winning.
you
Got.
Well, I'm gonna take the Eagles as well. There's no reason to even elaborate it. The rest of the division stinks, but I do want to put this out there. I'm taking the Redskins to finish last.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah, they might take this video down. You just said Redskins on a cast right now. I don't even know if you're allowed to do that anymore.
I'm sorry, the Washington football team finished last in the division, and I have the Eagles winning. And not that the Eagles are that great, but at the end of the day, this division is terrible. Sorry, Frank, but your Giants, like, I don't know. The Giants could be like 0-16, or they could win the Super Bowl. I just don't know with them.
That's exactly how I feel. Like if they go 11-5, I won't be shocked. If they go like 3-13, I won't be shocked.
They might go 3-13 or 13-3.
No, 3-13, and then they're gonna like they probably start 3-0.
Or
They
how
probably start
about
3-0 and then lose 13 in a row.
Or how about they may go 8-8 and go into the playoffs and win the bowl?
Oh
Yeah,
god.
they could do that too.
Eli Manning's throwing 25 picks. It's gonna happen.
You don't. Yeah.
Actually, Jimmy,
Gonna be rough.
Washington's kind of the team that I can't get a grip on because for me, it's like they have enough talent if their quarterback doesn't stink. So it's like if you're judging by preseason, then it looks like he's going to keep stinking. But I don't know. I hear a lot of reports that claim that they were running a real vanilla offense in the preseason, so it should get better. So I don't know.
Yeah, they definitely work. Because I mean, they have the new West Coast offense, and who knows how it's going to be. But I mean, when you're convincing yourself that Rashad Jennings is going to be a reputable running back for you, that's how you know that your team might not be in too good of shape.
Yeah, this is true. All
right, did we get Fred's pick?
Yeah, he picked the Eagles, I thought.
Fred, hold on, Fred. I think you may be muted because your damn TV was loud.
Yeah, you're fucking TV.
TV, or you listen to something else on your computer at the same time.
For me, it was very tough to not take the Giants because the Giants seem to, when they have a couple bad years, they tend to find a way to win.
Coughlin.
And they win it all. And Coughlin is that guy. But
Coughlin.
I'm not taking. There's no way I can say with Eli throwing so many picks, and a lot of them aren't his fault. There are a lot of bad passes at the line of scrimmage. But Eli still throws a lot of picks, a new offense. No thanks. Give me the Eagles to run away with this division.
Like 9 wins, everybody else gonna get.
Everybody else gonna have.
I'm kind of on the line. I'm kind of on the line of giving them 11 wins. Quite honestly.
Oh man, no, don't do that.
Right.
That's not possible.
So let's go to the NFC North. I'll start this one off. This one was a little difficult for me because the easy pick is to go with Green Bay. I even thought about the Bears. I think it's going to be, of course, it's going to be a 3-team race. But I'm going to pick the Detroit Lions to win this division. Detroit,
What?
They've had the expectations the last few years. I think this is the year they finally get over that hump. Like, I don't think Jim Caldwell is that great of a coach, but I think the attitude that he's going to bring with this particular group of talent might get them over the hump. So I got the Lions winning this division. Barely.
Well, I'll go next.
Engineer.
I'll go next. I'm taking the safe pick. I'm picking the Packers. In fact, I think the Packers may play in the NFC Championship, and we'll get into that later in the season. But I'm taking the Packers to win this division. The Vikings are going to finish last because that's what I'm doing now. I'm giving my first and last place team. The Vikings will finish last. And the Bears and Lions, they can flip-flop either way. But I hear what you're saying, Dev. I like the pick just because it's not safe. But, I'm taking the safe pick because I really think that the Packers, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to go crazy this year. Let's put it that way.
I do too. But They still got to play some D.
No, you don't.
True.
No, not in this league.
Not really. Not really.
Not in the fun league. No, you don't.
Not until you get to the championship versus.
Yeah, you may lose the chip,
Right,
but
sure.
you know.
Anybody, just jump on in there, man.
For me,
Yeah.
I gotta take the Bears. When you have Cutler,
When you have, what's up with you and this Jay Cutler love?
when you see what when you have Jay Cutler, who has been a transformation besides the injury. A transformation under Mark Trestman, who he might
Aside
have
from injury, that's a big aside.
And still to even come back and almost help them win a get into the championship game.
Well, you can't even say this with a straight face. You see him like laughing through this.
Okay, let me be serious. Seriously, no, seriously, Jacob. I really do think the Bears are going to win this division. When you have Alshon Jeffrey, Brandon Marshall, Matt Forte, Martellus Bennett, all of those guys, you have an explosive offense. Like we just said, you don't have to have a defense to win this division. The Packers will be a close second, a very close second. Lions would probably be towards the bottom simply for the fact that if you can contain Calvin Johnson, their defense is terrible out in Detroit, and Adrian Peterson's not going to run you to anywhere near a defensive or division win. So Adrian Peterson's not going to win you to a division win.
This is like I'm one of those people, like, I don't crap on Jay Cutler. I think Jay Cutler is good, but the way you talk about him is like, that's where you kind of lose me. Like, when you have Jay Cutler, like you're saying, like, when you have a Dan Marino.
Yeah, like when you have a Jay Cutler, you're going to goddamn lose.
I still think
What you said was so crazy that Andy just left the show. Like, he didn't even take that nonsense he was feeling.
Yo, I gotta
think he's gonna have a good season, but the way you put it is like,
when you
that's
have
a
a Jay
given. Like, he always has a good
Quite
season.
honestly, and you
I still
can
think
call me
he's a
crazy,
little bit of an unknown.
Quite honestly, for me, Jay Cutler will probably be one. It's just the nature of the offense because you have such big receivers. You have a quarterback with an arm like him. You have with the scheme that Mark Trestman brings. You can also, I honestly, I put him up there. I'm not going to call him the offensive player of the year, but he'd be one of the candidates for it.
Well, yeah. Why would you even mention that phrase in the sentence with? See, I'm kind of the same.
Yo, his decision making is questionable.
We're kind of forgetting that some people didn't even want him to come back because Josh McCown was tearing it up
with Josh McCown could tear it up with any with those receivers. I mean,
so could
just about any quarterback can tear it up with those receivers. You have a Jay Cutler who's a much better quarterback than Josh McCown. And you'll see how much different. And granted, I'm down here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm gonna tell you, Mike Glennon outplayed him, but Mike Glennon's the future, and they're gonna let him sit for you. I'm telling you that right up front.
You're not telling us nothing special.
I'm not saying Josh McCown is good. Yeah, I'm not outing Josh McCown. I'm trying to tell you, you're saying you can throw him in that offense and he'll be good. So I'm like, if that's the case, why are you talking like Jay Cutler is Dan Marino?
Jay Cutler is a vast upgrade over Josh McCown, and without Jay Cutler, if Josh McCown starts,
he's a vast improvement. Was he last year? Was he a vast improvement last year?
Way
Who had a higher rating last year? Who played better last year?
Yeah, it's only.
Actually, Jay Cutler played better than him last year.
Fred, I'm kind of with Dev. Like, I'm usually the voice of reason for Jay Cutler because Jimmy slanders him. And Clyde is kept. I gotta be honest, fans. A part of that is because he comes from Denver.
No, so that's not it. Yo, you can ask Denver. I didn't want Denver to draft him. I never wanted Denver to. Yeah, I was pissed when they drafted him.
He's the problem with Jay Cutler is he has the tools and he has the ability, but he is gonna make 5 WTF throws per game, and like. Two of those.
Yes, Cutler trusts his arm too much. Two of
those are arm strength throws where he's just like, my arm is the strongest in the universe, so I can fit it in that window. But 3 of those throws are also going to be, I didn't see him there, and that's just those aren't plays where we can't take that and put that into with a Jay Cutler. That's that's reserved for top
That's
5 in the
Aaron
league.
Rodgers, Drew Brees.
Yeah,
type
yeah.
All I gotta say, and I'm gonna make my pick. I picked the Packers to win the North, but all I'm gonna say about Jay Cutler is take it from somebody with Eli Manning as their quarterback. Like if your quarterback looks like he's about to get a DUI, like anytime you see him on a television screen, like you can't trust that dude. You just can't. You can't go to bat with him. It's just not. You just can't do it. You know, you always gotta be on your toes. But I will give you, like B. Austin said, like Jay Cutler is going to make 5 WTF throws. That's a perfect way to say it. But the good news for Jay Cutler is he's got 2 huge receivers now that can go up and catch about 3 of the 5 of those throws. Not the 2 that he's just completely throwing right to the other team.
Oh no, they have weapons.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Jay Cutler will make some decisions that make you scratch your head. I've scratched my head a lot with him. But at the same time, when you have him in year 2 with Trestman, I think with that offense against the teams in division. The Lions, who are the Lions covering?
No, I agree with you. And I think
the Packers covering with?
I think the Bears.
Not many people covering those
I actually think the Bears are going to be good, and actually, I think the whole division is going to be good. I actually like the Vikings a lot because, as we're mentioning, this division has no defense, and with North Turner, offensive genius in in Minnesota, he's going to come up with some schemes that might get Minnesota wins.
Corduroy.
Yeah, I can't even pronounce his first name.
Patterson,
the big dude that just like bolts and runs like a 4.240. He's gonna get a couple 80-yard touchdowns.
The only problem I have with Minnesota is I don't know what I don't really know what Teddy Bridgewater year 1. Maybe
they're starting Matt Castle.
He's gonna give them a lot of splinters. What I'm saying,
Jimmy and B. Austin, what does Fred owe me? Because he bet me that Teddy Bridgewater was going to do something this year. Don't look like he's going to do that.
I bet you nothing at all. I just said Teddy Bridgewater would be the first round.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Trust me, it's all on.
It's on camera. You said Teddy Bridgewater was going to be the first pick, and he was going to do this.
3,000.
We kept the files. We kept the files,
beloved. We got the files.
I said Teddy Bridgewater would be the first round pick.
Listen.
You said the first pick. You said
it was. Listen. It was 3,000 yards and 20 touchdowns.
That sounds about right. That can happen still.
Sun's can shine on the dogs.
Here's the thing.
As soon as Matt Castle shows you he can't throw the football down the field, Teddy Bridgewater can. 3,000 yards sounds about right.
No, Michael Vick can throw the football down the field. What the hell does that mean? All right, here's my point. My point is this: I think the Bears have a tremendous amount of weapons. They put a lot of weapons around Jay Cutler. The reason I can't pick them to win the division is because their quarterback is Jay Cutler. So for the same reason you're picking them to win is the reason I'm picking the Packers to win the division. Because if Chicago does win the division, it's in spite of Jay Cutler. Unless he starts to chill and learns that you don't have to win every game on every throw.
He ain't got chill.
The bottom line.
The internet has more chill than Jay Cutler.
Oh yeah.
Wes Welker has more chill than Jay Cutler.
The bottom line for me is you always bet on the Pack, just like you always bet on Black. Always bet on Pack, man. I can't.
As much as and that's the safe pick. That is the safe pick, but. It's something about this team and this offense in year 2. As explosive as that offense was to begin the season before Jay Cutler got hurt, you get that. If you can get that for a whole season, that tells me.
Listen, man.
I mean, back to my point, though, I don't disagree with you. I think personally that Jay Cutler is going to have probably his best season. I told you my whole thing with how you put that whole thing was just
elite.
Talking like that's a given.
Made him elite.
Okay, so I preference it as
I'm going out on a limb.
No, I'm not calling Jay Cutler. Definitely not calling Jay Cutler a top 5 quarterback. No, not ever.
Yeah, you just said he was going to be a candidate for Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, he's going to be right there, Offensive Player of the Year.
What did I
going with in the North, man? You taking your Lions or what?
Nah, man, I'm taking Green Bay. I would like to chime in on the Lions thing real quick because I think it was Fred that talked about them not guarding. I think the Lions, while their secondary is not going to be great, they did tool specifically for the Bears. If you look at the secondary, both of their safeties and 2 of their 1 and 2 cornerbacks are both 6 foot and 6'1". They have no small guys out there. I think that was kind of in place for the Bears, but they're still going to be terrible. I got Green Bay. Green Bay is going to win 10, 11 games. I think that wins the division because I think the Lions and Bears are both around 500.
Look, man, to be honest, man, Peyton Manning is the best out there, followed by Tom Brady. But when God looked at football and he saw in the future 2014, he made Aaron Rodgers. Like that.
Give me Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady.
When you have an Aaron Rodgers,
Excuse me? Hold on. Whoa.
That's how it's done. That's
Hold on. Whoa. Repeat that one more time for me.
I said when God
Not you, B. Austin. Yeah.
I said, give me Aaron Rodgers over Tom Brady. Absolutely. Right now?
Yeah, no,
I mean,
I agree.
not career, but right now.
Right now. Okay.
That's not like
I say career.
Carry on.
I say career. I say career.
I agree.
I say career.
B. Austin, do yourself a favor. Take your hand and slap yourself.
Career, I mean.
Slap yourself one time.
right,
Slap
look.
yourself.
Yeah, man, let's move on.
NFC South, man. You know, last season it was supposed to be the Falcons division. The Falcons stunk it up, and the Panthers actually won this division. I'm going to go with the Saints. I don't think it's going to be close. I think the Panthers are definitely going to take a step back. As a matter of fact, I have the Panthers finishing last. I have the Buccaneers
Damn.
lucky
What?
and
Bucks
edging the
got
Panthers
beat.
out a little bit. I don't
Bucks
really
got
have that much faith in that, but who really cares about the third and fourth teams? I got the Saints winning the division. Easy.
Now, my pick is biased, is because I've just been recently watching Hard Knocks, and that makes you root for teams.
I do.
This is my
I like
Hard
Matty
Knocks.
Ice more because of Hard Knocks.
Yo, I'm taking the Falcons, and I'm telling you, this is strictly because I watch Hard Knock. Before I watch Hard Knock, I had the Saints winning this division. But, yo, I can't help but root for Matty Ice now, yo. Harry Douglas, man, you know.
Yo, you can root for them all you want. You disrespecting
You know,
Listen, man, I'm keeping it real, man.
You just kind of disrespected Drew Brees with that one.
I did all that disrespecting Drew Brees, like he plays by himself. Anyway, I'm taking the Falcons to win the division. I'm taking the Saints to finish second. I think those two will battle for the division. Depends upon who wins the games they play in the season. But
shout out to Robert McClain, friend of the War Room, cornerback.
Devontae Freeman.
Devontae Freeman is the future of the league. Listen,
Because Steven Jackson gonna be done.
yeah, he wants to pay.
Yo, even if Steven Jackson's not done though, Freeman's gonna get his snaps because he's great at catching the ball in the backfield. Jackson doesn't have that.
Steven Jackson's got that hustle down pat because he's been done for about 3 years, but we just
he's been done for like 5. He's been done for 5.
He's been done for about 5 years, man.
It's because he suits up and he looks
We're
good.
just like, oh, they got Steven Jackson, not knowing that like
Steven Jackson is just
like
good on paper. It always
He's
seems
been like Priest Holmes for like 3 years already.
Yeah, I'd rather have.
You know how B. Austin said?
Yeah.
B. Austin said that Jay Cutler has those 5 throws a game. Like Steven Jackson has like 5 runs a season. That makes you think that he can be a great running back, and then he chills.
It's the Derrick Rose and the FIBA right now.
That's true.
Yo,
You know what it is about Steven Jackson? Like, this is really what it is. It's that he runs so hard, and like fans love hustle. Like, they love people that like look like they're trying every time. It does look like Steven Jackson's trying. He's just not good anymore. So I mean, just like we give him credit.
Listen,
Stop being good.
listen. Steven Jackson goes in the weight room in the off season. He gets under 1,000 pounds on the squat. He benches 400. He gets in shape. He runs a 4.4. He comes into camp, and then he's injured.
And then those hamstrings go. And the hamstrings go.
So it never mattered.
You got the
So
worst
he's a worker.
hamstrings in the league. Like you really don't see power running backs pulling hamstrings as much as he does.
He ain't
like a
fast.
speedy wide
He's not
receiver.
fast enough to pull a hamstring.
He's not fast anymore. Yeah,
He
he's not
used
fast.
to be fast. That's where he was killing it before.
So
He was
who hasn't?
Yeah, when you look, Steven Jackson for me is kind of like with Chris Johnson. Once you lose the speed, you're kind of a useless running back.
I don't think Chris Johnson lost his speed. I think Chris Johnson lost his heart.
I think
Chris Johnson was still
Well,
fast.
when you no longer run that 4.3, 4.2, maybe with Chris Johnson, you know whatever, anything under 4.4 and under, once that's gone, you're done. I mean, because that's your only weapon.
Chris Johnson started, but Chris Johnson started playing poorly.
The offensive line and the quarterback to move the ball. I mean, go ahead, Andy. Go ahead.
Chris Johnson didn't start playing poorly till about the same time that Drake dropped his first album too. So I think there's something in that. I mean, it has to be.
I'm gonna make my pick.
Fred
Go ahead, Frank. Make your pick because we're gonna.
I also have the Saints. I'm a little concerned about the wide receiver core. I'm not sure Marcus Colston is still Marcus Colston, and I'm not sure Brandon Cooks is really the answer. When you gotta rely on a rookie, it's always questionable. But I think the Saints are gonna win. And like Devin, I also have the Panthers just free falling. I think they're gonna be like 5-11, like 6-10, something like that.
Right, but here's another point that I want to make. I forgot to say. The other reason I'm picking the Falcons, other than the fact that it's biased from watching Hard Knock, is I think the Saints are going to miss Darren Sproles. I really do.
Everybody misses Darren Sproles.
Yo, everybody, like you just said, it took Phillip Rivers like 8 years to get over that. Like, so Drew Brees is going to miss Darren Sproles when it's like, them third downs, he's looking for that little, So I'm taking the Falcons, man.
I'll give you my pick now too. I'm going with the Saints, but Jimmy, I was kind of surprised anybody else said it. I was pretty close with Atlanta myself.
You didn't watch Hard Knocks, did you?
I did a little bit, but I'm historically like really nice to Matt Ryan's career so far. Everybody else likes to throw the guy under the bus. I don't think he's done a half bad job. I think people like to use last year to judge him, which is crazy to me. I don't see any sense in it. But yeah, I have the Saints as well.
Yo, I like Matty Ice, but I'm taking Drew Brees and Kenny Vaccaro. Saints.
I gotta take the Saints too. I mean, Jimmy, for the reasons you think they're gonna struggle, I think they're not gonna struggle. Simply when you have Brandon Cooks, he can be that guy that can kind of lessen the blow of not having a Darren Sproles because he can do some of the same.
They actually said they plan on using him.
Yeah, they're gonna use him very similarly
out of the backfield. As a receiver.
Yeah, the Saints have always had that guy since Sean Payton's been there. Whether it was Reggie Bush, Darren Sproles, well, add Brandon Cooks to that. A guy that can just do a little bit of everything. He's just going to be a very good decoy early on and just taking guys away. You have Jimmy Graham. He's happy now. He has a contract. Kenny Stills, he hasn't gone anywhere. Marcus Colston might be the same.
Backwards. Got paid.
Yeah, he going to chill. He going to get in it.
Man, look here, dude. Jimmy Graham. Where's he from?
Yo, that
they work hard. They work hard. They work.
How does that mean?
They work hard.
I think he's from a team that got their asses kicked by Louisville.
No, that's not the team. He was all sorry. No, wrong mind. That's a different mind too. Yeah. But no, and the defense. I really think the defense is going to be much improved.
You didn't watch Hard Knocks.
They were the fourth-ranked defense.
If you really want to go across the division, I think the Bucs are going to be in for a very, very lackluster year. I think the Panthers will finish third. It won't be much better. And the Falcons will finish second. I can't judge Matt Ryan off of last year because when you have Julio Jones hurt, you have much more. You don't really have anything outside of maybe Tony Gonzalez, who at the end of his career, what can you judge that off of?
You didn't watch Hard Knocks, did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay. That's all I'm saying, man. Let's go, Matty Ice.
Roddy White's still well above average wide.
Yes, Roddy White is your number 2.
I love Roddy White.
Roddy White's still a really good receiver, and Julio Jones come back healthy. I mean, the only really issue I really have is the tight end position. They don't really have.
They got 2 number 1s. Like they may have the best receiving core, but Roddy White was killing
Roddy White was he was on the field for most of last season, but he was struggling with.
He was hurt. He was hurt through 9
with injuries.
Yeah, he was hurt through 9 games. I mean, he had two 140 plus yard receiving games in like the last 5 weeks.
Yes, he did.
When you're throwing guys like Darius Johnson, who's Darius Johnson, Drew Davis? That's a problem. It was a very below average. It wasn't even a college receiving.
And the line was bad.
I really don't judge them off the skill position players, Fred. The reality is Atlanta's line sucked. So if they got their line together, that's the ball. If they don't have it,
and Devonta Freeman from Florida State, I think he's going to be the guy you're going to want at running back too. Not the first couple games. Let Steven Jackson get banged up and everything. But I like Devonta Freeman out of Florida State.
It's because he's out of Florida State.
Yeah. What do we got next? What do we got next?
Let's go to NFC West, man. The home of the world champion Seattle Seahawks. Andy, where you going with this division?
I have the Seahawks.
Easily.
I mean, I think I'm not giving up on San Fran like a lot of people are, but I think we've seen the struggle. The struggle is real, or at least it appears to be.
Oh, it's real. It's real.
And I mean, I still think San Fran can make a little noise in the division because it's that division. Well, I don't know. That division's got better, but Seattle, I think wins it.
The division is very competitive, but I think a lot of people are still overblowing what the Cardinals will be able to do.
I agree.
The Rams talk has kind of died down after Sam Bradford got hurt. I don't really know why because, I don't dislike Sam Bradford, but with his injury history,
Check down Charlie.
You really don't know what he was going to bring to the table anyway. And Sean Hill is a capable backup, so I understand why they didn't rush out and waste.
Sean Hill is a capable backup, but he's always been a backup.
Yeah, I mean that's his role. He's not really, he's not a starter.
He's soon to come in week 10 and save your season, not start your season.
Yeah, but I understand where Fisher's going with keeping him rather than wasting your picks on somebody else's backup when you can just
the defense is going to be good.
Yeah,
but the running game's a little bit of a mess now because they're saying Stacy might lose his job to what's his name, Benny something or another.
Benny Cunningham.
Yeah. For me,
Benny Cunningham.
Fantasy team. God damn it.
And I mean, if that's the case, I mean, everybody was starting this season like, oh, Zach Stacy's going to break out and yada, yada, yada. And now it's like, well, he might lose his job to a guy nobody heard of. And
losing his job to a dude named Benny? Huh?
Benny. I had to make sure. I had to make sure it wasn't Benjamin. It's Benny.
I'm going to go with the Seahawks as well. Jimmy and B. Austin can attest that last year I didn't drink the Kool-Aid.
No, he didn't.
Wrong. I was dead wrong.
No, he didn't.
I didn't drink the Hawk-Aid, and I was dead
that
wrong.
was hating, too. Everybody going on the Seahawks. I ain't buying it.
The Seahawks always let you down. That's the thing.
5 months later, they like this, holding up the trophy.
Dev was calling them the sea chickens. He's like, the sea chickens, I ain't buying into the sea chickens.
I got to go with the Seahawks, too, man. The 49ers have just... Every week, you keep hearing bad news after bad news. What's next? Colin Kaepernick's going to break something. Frank Gore's going to tear something. I mean, somebody else is going to get in trouble. You don't have your best pass rusher. You don't have your other best linebacker. Yes, I said it. Navarro Bowman's a better linebacker than Patrick Willis. Not by much, but he's a better linebacker.
Patrick Willis ain't good no more.
You don't have one of your better defensive linemen in Ray McDonald. For me, Seattle, they didn't have one defensive holding penalty, yet they made a rule for it in the preseason.
Yeah, that was crazy. I couldn't believe the Seattle didn't have one penalty.
They don't have any. Seattle really.
I like Ray McDonald though.
And for me, I think the offense is going to get a lot better. I think they're
going
to trust Russell Wilson to throw the ball a little more. You still have Marshawn Lynch in the backfield, but that offense is going to improve.
That's what's going to make them scary because Russell Wilson's going to improve.
And for me, I think, honestly, the Rams, they're going to take a dip, and I think the 49ers might take a little bit of a dip. They might be on the edge of possibly not making the playoffs.
I don't care about coming in all that. Yo, here's my thing. I'm taking the Seahawks to win the division. You guys have pretty much said everything. It seems like the Niners are imploding a little bit. Like, every week, like Fred just said, you hear something is always negative in reference to that team.
Get that dumb bum that dumb contract.
He got a Cricket Mobile pay-as-you-go contract.
Yes. The future of the NFL quarterback contracts.
But they have a volatile coach is probably the problem. I mean,
yes.
You can't have a dude that acts like he's 14 years old. I mean, trust me, we had Jim Schwartz for how many years in Detroit? I mean, a guy like that who would assume just pull down his pants and moon the audience if they piss him off rather than handle it like a grown-up. I mean, that kind of rubs off on the team the wrong way.
But you know what, though? It also like runs its course. Like, it may work for can't win with him. Can't do it. Won't do it. But here's my thing, though.
Not going to be able to do it.
The Niners, man, like, I don't know. But, Dev, I kind of disagree a little bit with you. I think the Cardinals may surprise a couple people, yo.
I agree.
Yeah, I think
I agree with you too.
I was sitting there going over because I do homework for this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I got like 30 pages of notes in this month.
But you put in work.
Yeah, I put in work.
Worse than
They got a Cutler at cornerback too, though.
They do. Somewhat.
Because Palmer can slice you up, but he will turn the ball over.
But I was sitting there thinking, I said the Cardinals may sneak in the playoffs. Like, when you look at the NFC East. The Niners imploding, the Vikings, and the Panthers probably taking a step back. Because I agree with you, that last wild card spot's going to be crazy. I'm interested to see the NFC and how it plays out. But I think the Cardinals could sneak in. But I agree with you guys. I'm taking the Seahawks. I would love to take the Niners, but ever since this offseason started, it's been nothing but trouble over there.
Yeah, I also took the Seahawks by default. I think. Like you said, unless they're holding the games at the state penitentiary, the Niners aren't going to have a chance. And Like, ladies out there, you don't want to don't marry a guy named Ray because they allegedly might, allegedly beat you in a casino or allegedly like beat you in their house, whatever. Like, if you marry a guy named Ray, apparently like domestic violence is a likely possibility.
But how do you get trouble for that? Like after the new rules announced, like after.
Yeah, like the day after. Like, what are you doing?
Is it me or are NFL players and then across the board, are they susceptible to the idiot test from the combine to this? It's like you can't do this stuff, but yet you do it.
No, I think that. Well, I wasn't gonna say much, man, and I've been being quiet. I've been being quiet in honor of the running back for the Seattle Seahawks because I'm just about that action boss. Smooth. I got my Dickies on. I'm at the swap meet. I'm eating my Skittles. So Seahawks all day.
All right. And Jimmy, I don't disagree about the Cardinals. I mean, I just heard some pundits kind of overblowing it. They did finish 10-6 last season.
Yeah.
I think that makes their expectations a little bit higher, and I think that's when they're going to falter a little bit.
To be honest, like with the Cardinals, like I wouldn't be surprised if they win the division, but like when you're making predictions, you really just can't take a team with Carson Palmer at quarterback comfortably and just be like, yeah, that's going to happen.
And you know what, Frank? The reason I'm not ready to jump out on a limb, I'm going to be completely honest, is because they're the Cardinals, for no other reason.
Right.
Like, they're just like one of them teams in sports, like the Kansas City Royals. It's just certain teams I can never pick. I don't care who's on their team.
No matter how good they are, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, it's just certain teams, and the Cardinals fall on that line. Like, I don't think it...
Patriots in the 80s.
Well, the Patriots, except for this run they got when they start cheating. Other than the cheating, they
it's like if the Sacramento Kings signed LeBron James tomorrow, I probably still wouldn't even pick them to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think LeBron may tear his ACL if he signs with the Kings. There's a certain team...
No, can't do it.
Oh, man.
All right, we got to speed this up. So everybody give me your NFC wildcard teams. I'm going to go with the Packers since I picked the Lions to win the division. See how I flipped that, though, Jimmy? I got the Packers in there. They probably still go farther than the Lions.
Blue and cream.
Lions win the division. So I'm still kind of going safe. But I'm going to go with the Packers and the 49ers. I do agree with Jimmy in saying that, with all the troubles that the 49ers are having, I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals took that spot, but I don't expect them to, like it seems like a lot of people are expecting them to now. So Packers, Niners, wild cards.
I'll be very fast because we are drawing right now. But because I picked the Falcons to win, I'm going to take the Saints as a wild card. I can't pick them. I can't pick the Cardinals. All right, here's my shot right now.
Go ahead and do it. Be different.
Yo, this is for my homie Andy. Yo, I'm taking the Lions to take the last wild card spot.
You guys are going to be so sad picking the Lions.
Dude, you couldn't even say that with a straight face.
I'll be brief as well. I got the even though Fred said they're going to be one of the worst teams, I got the Buccaneers making the playoffs. I think they're going to be the surprise team.
All right, show over.
No, I mean, listen. You got Mike Evans. You got Mike Evans to go along with Vincent Jackson. Got two large targets, just like the Bears do, and you got two candidates for Defensive Player of the Year on your defense. You got Levante David and McCoy on the D line.
They still can't cover anybody.
You got one of the best corners in Burner on your team. I mean, they have the tools, and you got Lovie Smith, who all he does is win. Like, Lovie Smith is a solid 9-7.
All he does is win, and yet his cover 2 defense is going to be destroyed.
Don't start with that. We're not getting into that tonight.
No. All I'm saying is that like Lovie Smith consistently goes 9-6, or 9-7, 10-6, like every year. That's what he does. So
don't let him near the offense. You can't let Lovie near the offense.
And then
I'm sorry. How do you trust Jeff Tedford? The same guy that is a quarterback guru that has, outside of Aaron Rodgers, had every single quarterback be a bust.
I mean, listen, that's just my opinion. You don't got to agree with it. And I got the Bears. I got the Bears because when you got a guy like Jay Cutler, I mean, obviously.
Oh man.
When you got Jay Cutler.
I'll give you mine. I have the Falcons. Like I said, I was close with them in the Saints, and I have the 49ers.
You tripping?
Go ahead, B. Austin.
I might be B. Austin. Who do you have?
I got the Falcons and the Cardinals.
Cardinals. On the spot,
I just couldn't do it, but shout out to you for being able to do it, yo.
Yeah, Falcons and the Cardinals.
I didn't really want to take. I've had this real bad feeling about the 49ers. They really
Niners on life support, man.
They are really. They could be that team that implodes really
Did you
bad.
see Jim Harbaugh's pants, though?
I'm sorry. I gotta take the Falcons and the Packers, man. I can't pick the 49ers to make the playoffs this year.
Yo, the Niners linebackers are in shambles, and they don't even have any of the same stars in the
When
second.
Ahmad Brooks right now is your second best linebacker, that's a problem.
Yo, mine is a
Like, I don't know
ball.
how everybody else feels, but I'm kind of feeling like that Colin Kaepernick contract, like, that's a lot of pressure to put on your player. Like, he's got to, like, perform very, like, that's a lot of pressure to be
Yeah,
like,
but
we're
Holman's
gonna
not
win.
getting any
you're
younger.
not getting paid unless we see some incentives. Like,
No,
you better do this. Like,
He
Holman's
thinks he's
not
like the best player alive, though.
Yo, who is his agent, man? How you gonna sign a commission contract?
like if I'm Colin Kaepernick, I'm gonna be like, they're gonna start calling
And you know what made it worse? Andy Dalton got the same deal, so good luck with that.
Like, if I'm Colin Kaepernick, they're going to start calling run plays, and I'm going to be like, nah, B, like, I got to get paid. Like, I'm getting audible.
Audible.
I tell y'all something, man, about Colin Kaepernick. Yo, all your quarterbacks in the off season, like when you see them, they're calm, they're cool, they're collected, they're playing chess, they're reading books. Colin Kaepernick was out there in the hot sun running wind sprints with the defensive backs. Yo, dude's not bright enough to play quarterback, man. This won't be a problem. He's not good.
My problem is they keep bringing in these receivers that aren't really all that great. I
Yo,
mean,
you're tripping. Stevie Johnson is a baller. You're tripping now.
Stevie Johnson at best is a slot.
No, you're mad. You're a hater.
Stevie Johnson at best is a slot receiver.
Fred.
Isn't that where he's going to play with Bolton and Crabtree?
Fred, you're in the big leagues now. This is the big leagues. You can't bring that Patriots bias on these
Oh
shows,
man.
Listen, man,
Stevie Johnson is at best a slot or
you're out of your mind.
I'm sorry.
He's going to play in the slot anyways.
Fred, did you see what he did to Darrelle Revis? Did you see that? He murdered him. Not once, not twice, 3 times. That's the best corner in the world. He murdered him.
As long as God isn't sabotaging him, he's a hell of a player.
Right.
Holmes not getting any younger. Crabtree, I really like what I see from him. I just hope he doesn't get hurt again.
Not better than Stevie Johnson.
Crabtree's much better than Stevie.
You're out of your mind.
I think he is too.
Yo.
No, B.
Yo, Dev, we got to keep going. They're not even going to let us upload this.
Listen,
They're going to be like, too long.
We didn't get to the AFC yet.
hey, I know. I'm going with the Saints versus the Seahawks in the NFC Championship game, and I got the Saints moving on to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Andy, who you got?
I don't even want to make this pick. I don't even want to say it. I have the Packers in the Seahawks, and I have the Packers winning.
Oh,
I might as well go too because guess what? I had the Packers and I got the Packers and the Falcons. Shout out to Hard Knocks. Playing in the NFC Championship. I got the Packers winning.
Oh,
that's my boy.
I might have put way too much emphasis on like these new rules, this new defensive, can't touch guy after 5 yards because I got the Packers and the Saints because I think like offense is just going to be like what happens. Like I think it's just going to be all offense this season. I got the Packers and the Saints. I got the Packers winning.
3 Packers.
I got the Packers and the Seahawks, man. Quite honestly, I think I think the Seahawks are going back to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I like the defense for the Seahawks, man. They're very nasty. They're nasty in the secondary.
All right, B. Austin, who you got?
Saints and Seahawks. Saints go to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
All right.
Whole power.
AFC East, I got the Patriots winning this stinking division again. Really easy to do. No need to put your hands up. I got the Jets finishing second, but not really giving that much resistance. Geno Smith is still their quarterback. Bummed them.
Yo, I got the Patriots winning the division. I got the Dolphins coming in second.
Why?
Like Jimmy said, who cares about 3rd and 4th? Yo, this division stinks. Like, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, like, who cares?
Like, listen, this is just default. Like, Tom Brady, Ryan Tannehill, E.J. Manuel, Geno Smith. Who are you taking? Tom Brady, Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got the Patriots too.
Yo, listen to the quarterback in that division.
Yo.
Yeah, it's that simple. I mean, come on. What are we doing here?
I go with the Patriots too. I don't even have it close. I think the other teams are maybe going to win 4 or 5 games apiece.
Combined.
I want to take this time out to take
You see
another.
the logo.
I want to take this
That's
time.
my pick.
I want to take this time out to take another shot at Fred, who's so happy that the Patriots are going to win this division and Michael Vick is going to end up starting at some point. Come on, dog. I mean, this is a walkthrough for them. It's a walkthrough.
Respect the logo. Respect the logo.
I don't respect
AFC North. I got the Bengals winning again. The Ravens. Of course, I got the Browns bringing up the rear. I think the Ravens will be second in this division, but I got the Bengals taking this one more time. It's time for Andy Dalton to do something in the playoffs. It's time for him to do something in the playoffs besides
Good luck with that one.
interceptions.
Good luck with that one.
Yo, I wanted to take the Bengals and win the division, but I can't keep taking chalk, yo. I'm gonna pick the Ravens. Yo,
It's crazy when the Bengals are chalk, though.
yeah, how about that, yo? And that's another thing. They're another one of them teams where I'm like, yo, you're still the Bengals.
They're the Bungles.
Yo, I'm taking
They
the
can't
Ravens
be
to win the
chalk,
division.
though, man. The Ravens just won the Super Bowl 2 seasons ago.
I mean, yeah, but you know,
But
hey, listen, you know how it is. Janet Jackson was, what have you done for me lately?
Janet.
I'm taking the Ravens to win this division. You know, shout out to Ray Rice.
Yo, I'm taking the Ravens as well. Shout out to Ike Turner. They have the best line. They got the best linebackers. I think we're going to see a resurgence of Ravens dominance. Giovanni Bernard is going to have a big season. AJ Green has no choice but to have a big season. But Andy Dalton, he ain't who we thought he was, man.
He ain't. It's not
Andy Dalton.
I see Andy Dalton really struggle until the playoffs start.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. He can get you through the regular season. And I have the Bengals because of that. I think Pittsburgh and Baltimore have both just kind of gotten old. I mean, Baltimore brings in Steve Smith, great. You just added on another decade to your overall team age.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. I mean, I think he'll catch the ball some. So I have the Bengals.
I just want to
win by a couple games.
I just want to preface my pick by saying, like, Jim Riccalto does not have a gun to my head. This is no taken three going
He's gonna
on.
take the Steelers.
I got the Pittsburgh Steelers winning the AFC North.
Oh man, damn.
I mean, if you know, even though Le'Veon Bell, you can get a DUI by getting high. I just want to throw that out there, educate you, because apparently you didn't know that. So I just want to tell you that does happen. But I think Ben Roethlisberger in a contract year. I love their draft. I love the linebacker that they took. He's already a candidate.
He's a baller.
Shazier's a baller, man. Shazier's a baller.
And I think he fits right in with that Pittsburgh kind of tough mentality defense. I think all these teams are going to be right in the same range, 10-6, 9-7. I think you're going to have the Browns kind of bringing up the rear, obviously, maybe like 4-12. But I think all these other teams are going to kind of beat each other up, and it'll be one of those last week things where it's going to go down to the last week. I think I got the Steelers.
The fact of the matter is, 3 out of the 4 teams have been picked already, so I'm looking forward to see what happens.
Pittsburgh.
Fred, I think you're the only one who hasn't made a pick.
Frank, why'd you have to steal my thunder, man? I was going to pick the Steelers, man.
They're secondary.
I wanted to be the one that was called crazy.
Yo, my boy Jerry Rice, Antonio Brown, the Jerry Rice of his generation.
Fred,
Antonio Brown doing that work.
You get your crazy quota with all the Jay Cutler talk, so you're done with that.
No, seriously.
I want to remind you, BL, Andy Dalton threw 33 touchdown passes last season.
He did. AJ Green. Nice.
AJ Green, yeah.
AJ Green is nice.
Yeah. For me, I think Ben has one more run in him, man. I think Ben has one more run, and Antonio Brown's he's gonna put up big numbers anyway.
Who can they defend?
Yeah, they can't defend anyone, but
Steelers.
But the problem,
the secondary is kind of weak.
They got a nice young linebacker. That's going to do everything.
In terms of our picks, we got 2 Bengals, 2 Ravens, and 2 Steelers. This should be interesting.
All right, we'll see how that plays out.
Let's move on.
AFC South.
Tree Archer, baby. Tree Archer.
Pretty easy for me. I'm going to go with the Colts on this one. Like I said, I do think the Texans are going to bounce back, but not bounce back far enough to be that great of a factor, but they're going to be very competitive. Whereas last year, it was just a disaster. I'm going to go with the Colts in the South.
I was almost completely bugging out, and I almost took the Tennessee Titans to win this division, but then I realized that in doing that, Jake Locker would probably have to start at least 12 of 16 games, and that's probably not going to happen. So I also went chalk and went with the Colts just completely by default.
Yeah, I also went with the Colts, but I did have the Titans finish in second. And if everybody has the same team finishing last. No need to even talk about that. So there you go.
I actually got the Titans finishing last. I got the Jags finishing third.
Wow.
I do too.
Jim, I go out on a limb on my third and fourth teams.
Oh, your third and fourth team. Got you.
Yeah.
On the cellar dwellers, I go out on a limb.
That's going to be on the season recap. I told you the Jags were going to finish third.
I think the thing with the Jags are the Jags have two quarterbacks who are better than who the Titans have.
Yes.
Like that's my logic.
Like Bortles.
Yes.
The problem is you just can't stay on the field, but I think Jake Locker's pretty good when he's out there.
I do too.
No, sir.
He's not terrible, but
he can't throw the ball. He got the.
I think he's better than Chad Henne. I'll put it that way.
He do everything else right.
Injuries.
I have the Colts by default. The Texans will finish up. They'll do better than they did last year. I mean, you can't do any worse. And the Jags will finish up at third. They're a better team than most people think.
Yo, I got the team with the best quarterback from that draft class. Washington Redskin fans, smack yourself, kill yourself. Andrew the Colts.
Man. R.I.P. to those Redskins fans.
All right, we got one more division left.
Everybody did the South? All right.
Yeah.
AFC West, I'm going to go with the Broncos on this one. Basically, the order from last season. Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers, and then those dudes in the black and silver.
Yo, I got it a little different. Shout
out to Justin.
I got the Broncos winning division, obviously, but I have the Chargers coming in second. I think the Chiefs have taken a step backwards now they're not playing that soft cupcake schedule they had last year. So I think the Chargers will finish second, Chiefs third, and, of course, the other team is going to come in last place.
Yeah, I also have the Broncos. I also have the Chargers in second place. I think the Chiefs take a free fall this year. I think they're not going to be good at all. I think they're going to be 5-11 at best. And yeah, I got the Broncos.
Andy not going to let that happen in his second year. He don't do that until like his 10th, 11th.
I'm along the lines with Jimmy, man. I got the Broncos finishing first. I got the Chargers finishing second. Chiefs are going to free fall, and the other team in black and silver, whatever.
Yo.
I didn't even mention
better yet. I'm sorry. With the third pick in the 2015 NFL draft, the Oakland Raiders.
The only thing I want to say about the Raiders is, shout out to Matt Shaw pulling the Matt Flynn, just getting paid.
By the way, how ironic is it that Matt Shaw took David Carr's job? Now David Carr's little brother is taking his.
Yo, hold up, Fred. You said with the third pick. So who has the first and second pick?
The Titans.
Damn. Stop hating on the Titans.
Second pick.
Damn.
Redskins.
Titans gonna win 9 games.
Hey, man, why you had to say the Redskins?
They gave up all their picks. They sold all their picks.
If it wasn't for the Redskins, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers might have the first pick.
Okay, cool.
Washington was bad at all.
Got them in the playoffs, though, so we'll see.
Essentially, for the AFC West, John 3:16, God loved the world so much that he gave Jimmy's squad Peyton Manning. And then I've got the Chargers because Phillip Rivers is back.
All right. So my wild cards.
Hold on, I don't think Andy. Did you get a picture, Andy, for the West?
He got like 2 cats on them.
Yeah.
I cut off. My internet is being Jay Cutler tonight, so
Flint twins.
Does whatever it wants.
AFC
You
West.
mean Matt Stafford inconsistent?
Now there's. I mean, I'll take Matt Stafford over Jay Cutler, but
I would too.
I have him, so I don't mind.
Good luck with that one.
The West. I mean, it's worked out okay, I guess. I mean, throwing wise, you would rather have Jay Cutler than Matt Stafford.
Yes, sir, I would.
Yeah, he's crazy right now.
Yeah, you tripping, and I like Jay Cutler.
Based on what? You ain't basing that on stats, are you, Fred?
So I have the Broncos winning the West. I heard you guys doing the wild card, so I have the Steelers, and I have the Chargers.
Okay.
I got Cincinnati and the Chargers as my wild cards.
That's my pick as well. I also have Cincinnati and the Chargers.
And I got
Same here, Cincinnati and Chargers
too. Yeah. So everybody,
I got the Ravens and the Chiefs. The hell with y'all? Well, because I got Cincinnati winning the division, so I got the Ravens and the Chiefs as the wild card. My AFC Championship game is the Colts versus the Broncos, and I got the Broncos making a return trip to the Super Bowl to face the Saints. And I got the Broncos actually winning this year. I had them winning last year.
You like Peyton losing to the Saints.
Jimmy, I'm like Mike Greenberg for your Broncos. I just gave him the kiss of death. Broncos gonna lose again.
Yo, I'll be very brief, man. I got the Broncos playing Fred's Patriots. I have us beating the Patriots and Fred crying on this show. And I will never let him hear the end of it. I got the Broncos and Packers, like back in the day in the Super Bowl, Broncos and Packers. And I have the Broncos winning because I picked us to win the last 2 years. And I know that eventually my team's going to stink, so we got to win one before we start to stink again because that's how it goes. It's a roller coaster.
I got the Broncos and Saints in the Super Bowl.
Before they get Tebow.
I also have the Broncos redemption tour against the Patriots. It's going to be a tough year for Fred. Miami's going to finish in last place in the ACC, and then the Patriots are going to lose in the AFC Championship. It's just going to be heartbreak all over the place. I can't wait to see him crying on the show. It's just going to be a beautiful thing. Broncos.
Can I get it out of the way? There you go.
Fred, who you got? Let's hurry up. Who you got, Fred?
I have the Patriots going. No, I'm joking.
No, he's not. He's changing for us.
I have the Patriots going up against the Broncos in the AFC title game, and I got a rematch of the Super Bowl. It's hard to happen, but I just see.
I got the Broncos and the Saints in the Super Bowl. Broncos.
Wait, Fred, did you have the Broncos or the Patriots?
The Broncos.
Oh, okay.
Line. Change.
Basically, all y'all about to jinx my team as well. I'll just
go through with it right now. I got Broncos Packers in the Super Bowl. I got the Broncos winning.
Yo, that's apparently the popular choice because I have the Broncos and the Colts. I have the Broncos winning, and then I have the Packers and the Seahawks.
might not make the playoff this season.
I have the Packers, and I have the Packers Broncos in the Super Bowl. I have the Broncos winning.
Yo, that's a Broncos sweep, Jimmy. So that pretty much means y'all gonna lose 56-2 this time.
Might not even
56. And Russell, better yet, if the Seahawks go back, Russell Wilson's gonna be the leader this time. Sorry, you're gonna get beat this time by.
No, B.
No, I'm joking.
All right, look, we don't have time for anything else. If you guys want to hear our awards predictions, just listen to the War Room later today, 6 p.m. Eastern Time at warroomsports.com. Just click that Listen Live button, and you can get our awards predictions. We'll make sure to get Andy's predictions as well, so we can read them off on the show. And maybe, when Fred comes on to talk college football, just maybe.
Andy, call in tomorrow tonight to get your picks.
Just maybe. We'll let Fred, veer off the college football path and give out his awards on the show. So, look, man, I know this is a long-ass episode. If you're still here with us, thank you for tuning into the whole thing. This has been the first episode of Field Vision for the 2014 NFL season. Like we always tell you guys, make sure you click the like button on the video, subscribe to the page, leave a comment in the comment section, give us your picks for the season. And, hey, football is kicking off tonight.
Ladies, get with me on the show later.
So like we always let you guys know, don't accept mediocrity. Be steadfast in the war against ignorance.
See you chumps on top.
Avoid social media.
Yeah, Jay Cutler is terrible.
Kuwait is the war room with 5 nights at the round table. 5 Philly guys, the first of 5.